Greetings everyone, and today we are going to discuss about phylum Mollusca. So here, phylum Mollusca is the second largest phylum in the animal kingdom, as well as it contains organisms which are triploblastic. These are coelomated, as well as these are bilaterally symmetrical. As apart from that, these are also having the characteristic. Uh, these are coelomatic, as well as bilateria, triploblastic, as well as these are protostomes. Apart from which, these are the general characteristics, and their habitat is in mostly these are freshwater animals, as well as these live in marine as well as in on moist land, and they have several adaptations with regard to this. For example, in the respiratory system, they have a respiratory system for those organisms, those mollusks which live on the land have lungs, while those which have the those mollusks which live in water have gills as their respiratory organ. Rest, when it comes to their body structure, their body structure is in such a manner that here they are having their body divided into three major parts, as you can see in the diagram. Its body is divided into three major parts. Here the first part is the head part. Now over the head part we are having several tentacles. In many of them there are tentacles which are attached over the head part on the anterior side, while in the head part we are also having the mouth. In the mouth there is a rasping strap like rasping organ which is used to strap the food, or we can in other words say it as the lip, or sorry, tongue like structure step like a rasping organ, which is known as the radula, which is utilized in this process. Apart from which, um, we are having the second part, which is the vesicular, which is visceral mouse. Now this is the second part. Now the rest of the part is divided into two parts, including visceral mass or visceral hump, which is present on the dorsal side, while third part includes the mantle. Mantle is the part which is present over the missile in such a manner that this is the head, this is the visceral mass, visceral hump, which contains the internal organs, and down towards the visceral organs there are attachment of several muscular foot which help in locomotion. Apart from this, we are having a folding of tissues over the visceral mass or visceral hump, which is known as the mantle, and that mantle secretes calcium carbonate. Mantle secretes calcium carbonate. This mantle secretes the calcium carbonate, which causes to form a hard shell outside their body. Now shell can be in some organisms inside their body. For example, we are having cuttlefish, having its scientific name as cuttlefish, having its scientific name as sepia. Apart from which, those we are also having example of mollusks which are not having their shell inside their body; they are having outside their body. Good example of snail. Apart from which, we are having examples of um, organisms which do not have a shell, including octopus, squids. Squids are having their scientific name as Lorogia. I'm not sure about the exact spell, but it is Lorogia. Not sure about the exact spell, it is Lorogia. After that, we have slugs, which do not have shell over the outside. Apart from that, they are also having their mode of reproduction as sexual mode of reproduction. They are not having asexual reproduction, as well as they are mostly dioecious, while monoecious forms also exist. Example of them is helix, dioecious including unio, and as well as dioecious, as well as their fertilization is external fertilization. These are oviparous, which are having their eggs, which are having their their offspring grew in the form of an egg, after which they are also having another characteristic, that they are having indirect development of their offspring, which means the offspring does not resemble with the parent. Apart from this, um, they're also having some other characteristics, including their circulatory system. They are having an open type circulatory system, an open type circulatory system with hemocoel, with their blood flowing in the hemocoel. Even though they are having the heart and blood vessels, their blood flows directly blood directly mixes up with the organ in the hemocoel, which we are going to further discuss in our upcoming classes. Now, the another part which I would like to discuss over here is the excretory organ. Excretory organ consists of one or two nephridian, one or two nephridian tubules, one or two nephridian tubules, one or two nephridian tubules, which are also known as the organ of Bosdamen. One or two nephridian tubules, which are also known as the organ of Bosdamen, which are connected with the pericardial cavity. As you can see in the diagram as well, that there is the presence of a pericardial cavity. This is pericardium, and the cavity of pericardium is known as pericardial cavity or the coelomic cavity. Apart from which, this is a main body cavity with hemocoel, and there is mental, which secretes the shell. Digestive glands are present over here as well. Apart from that, there is stomach. One more thing that I would like to discuss, that here they are having a complete digestive system, tube-like digestive system with mouth and anus. Their digestive system is straight linear, and one more thing, that they are unsegmented, as well as these are bilaterally symmetrical body is present, and these are soft bodied organisms. Even though there is a presence of shell, their body overall is a soft body. That is why they are having a presence of shell over their body. Apart from which, um, these are a few things I wanted to discuss over here. And nervous system consists of ganglia, which are concentrated to form a simple brain, which includes a nerve cord which runs throughout the mollusks. Apart from that, um, they are also having some characteristics. They have the ability to, apart from this, they are having different abilities depending on their different structures. And apart from which, now we are going to discuss about some examples of these organisms as well. One more thing, that here their nerve fibers is a cerebral plural, which means there is a cerebral plural, as well as cerebral plural, pedal, and cerebral plural, pedal, and visceral. Rest, when it comes to, when it comes to the terrestrial form and respiratory system, the pulmonary sacs are concentrated in the terrestrial form. In terrestrial form, the respiratory system is having the pulmonary sacs concentrated within the lungs. Now, apart from this, we are having some examples. First example is Ilia, which is apple snail. Rest, we are having Pinca, Pincatula, Pincatenuda, Pincatenuda, which is the name for Pincatenuda, which is the name for oyster, apart from which we are having examples of ketone pelura, pleluria, ketone, plenuria, ketone pluria, it is ketopluria, and that is having example of ketone. These are the ketones, as well as we are having other examples of demetula, demetulum. Demetulum is the scientific name. It is a scientific name. Demetulum is the scientific name of Demetulum is a scientific name of Demetulum is a scientific name of tusk shell. So these are a few names which I wanted to discuss over here, and that's all about the video. Hopefully we'll meet again another